What's happening, Movie Bus? My name is Aaron, and with me as always is Pat. And today on Cinema Studs, it's a new episode of Cinema Studs Ranked. Today we're talking about our top 10 favorite buddy cop movies of all time, because we're buddy cops. First one on the list today is Bad Boys, directed by Michael Bay, starring Will Smith, Martin Lawrence, and Tia Leone. And this movie is the epitome of 90s buddy cop movies.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
You want me to talk about Tia Leone again?
Whatever.
I don't know.
If you haven't seen this movie, it's pretty spectacular, and you've been living under a rock. It is actually Michael Bay, in my opinion, Michael Bay's best movie ever.
I forgot it was Michael Bay.
I know, right?
That's amazing.
Back when it was Michael Bay and Jerry Bruckheimer working together.
Jerry must have kept him in line.
Jerry kept him very much in line, yes. Yes. More explosions, more fans, more military.
And American flag.
This movie features a very young Will Smith, fresh out of Bel Air. Captain in this movie is one of the best movie police captains of all time.
Police captains are always fun.
Oh, what did I say? Did you hear what I said? I heard what I said because I was standing there when I said it.
It's great.
Next one's Lethal Weapon with Danny Glover and Mel Gibson. Before he was super hating on the Jews.
This movie was directed by Richard Donner, who directed the Superman the movie, the original one from the 70s. And it's spectacular. I think it was written actually by Shane Black, who wrote Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and The Nice Guys and The Predator. He wrote
He wrote The Predator?
Mm-hmm.
I knew I recognized the name, but I didn't know why.
Movie knowledge. The more you know.
The more you know.
The finale is fantastic.
Yep.
They should have stopped the fight way early on.
They should have, but they didn't, and we were lucky enough to enjoy it.
Plus the intro of jumping off the building.
Yep. I mean,
very good Mel Gibson.
Very good.
Crazy Mel Gibson.
Next one on the list is End of Watch, starring your favorite, Michael Pena.
One of my favorite Hispanic guys.
Yeah. And Jake Gyllenhaal, directed by David Ayer. You know who David Ayer is, right?
Right.
Yes, and he also directed Suicide Squad. This movie's fantastic. It's kind of shot in a pseudo-realistic, kind of like on a video camera, like a found footage sort of a movie. But it's about these two cops who basically, it's just their everyday lives, and it's pretty amazing, and it escalates very quickly, and it's pretty incredible. I love this movie so much.
I don't remember it. I might have seen it. I might not have seen it, but I know it's got my boy Jake Gyllenhaal on it also.
It's really good. I was blown away by this movie, and it's got
possibly the new Batman. We'll see.
That's a discussion for a different show.
I'm going to say another one. I'm going to go with 21 Jump Street. Channing Tatum, I did not like originally. He was only in like dance movies and chick flicks that I didn't really care about.
Yep.
He made me like him in this one.
Yeah.
And I've liked him ever since.
Yeah, he's great in this movie. And this was directed by Lord and Miller, who did the Lego movie. Yeah.
This one was really good.
Yeah, the first one. And then they were on the Han Solo movie, which they were then promptly fired from, which is, again, a discussion for a different show. This movie is that movie. I love that movie. It's so good. Ice Cube is spectacular in that movie, as he is in pretty much everything he does. But it is interesting to see Channing Tatum work so well with Jonah Hill. I mean,
No one thought he was a comedian before this.
No.
This pulled it off.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
Before he was Danny McBride's little imp.
The next one for me is probably one of my favorite movies that came out here recently, and it's The Nice Guys, starring Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe. And this movie is really awesome. A lot of people didn't see it, which is very depressing because
I would have. You went without me, I believe.
I went with Alyssa, so it's fine. But you'll be all right. You'll get over it. And, you know, I always complain that I want more original movie. And we get an original movie, and then nobody goes and sees it because all of the budget is put towards the bigger movies for that production company, which is Warner Brothers. And it's very depressing because this movie is amazing and hilarious, and it's like set in the 70s, and it's about this private investigator and this enforcer dude, which is Russell Crowe, and they like come together to do this, like they investigate the death of this porn star in the 70s, and it's amazing and hilarious.
Are you not entertained? Next one's Rush Hour. Same guy that did X3, which is one of your favorite movies of all time, I think.
I really like this movie. Jackie Chan is pretty great in this, and he's not like super goofy. A lot of times when he does like American movies, he plays a super goofy character, and he's a little bit more serious in this one, but still has his sort of goofiness. And then Chris Tucker was at his peak of not being so annoying that he was still he was okay on my radar.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
The next one on the list is Hot Fuzz, directed by Edgar Wright, starring Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. And if you don't know who Edgar Wright is, he's an amazingly talented director. He directed Shaun of the Dead, and he directed At World's End, which is the completion of his Simon Pegg trilogy. Yep, they're all connected.
Really?
Yep, they are. They're not the same characters, but they're all within the same universe. And this movie is pretty great. It's actually a satire of American action genre, which is cool. So there's a lot of explosions and cool car chases and all this other stuff. And there's a lot of really cool elements that you need to watch it 2 or 3 times to actually pick up on everything. And a movie that he recently did was Baby Driver, which is spectacular, except for Kevin Spacey. I wish we could just like kind of edit him out. I wish they would just do it All the Money in the World sort of thing and just replace him with Christopher Plummer. What? Love you, Christopher Plummer.
Next one's Beverly Hills Cop. Eddie Murphy at his finest.
Yep.
Eddie Murphy in the 90s was way better than Eddie Murphy in the 2000s.
I know.
I think we can agree to that one.
thanks, Norbit. Who hurt you, Eddie Murphy? Who hurt you? That's what I want to know.
Who was it?
Who was it?
Saturday Night Live. Mr. Rogers. Who was it? That's what I was thinking.
I love that movie though. Beverly Hills Cop is amazing. That is one that never gets old. I watch it. I remember when I got it on DVD, like every night before I went to bed when I was still in high school. I love that movie so much. A little Judge Reinhold and a little John Ashton, a little Taggart.
That intro is good with the cigarette truck.
Yes, that movie's great. It's so good.
Right away, first 5 minutes.
So good. The heat is on.
Big shootout at the end.
On the street.
Big White House looking thing, like a Scarface.
'Cause the heat is on.
Is that the first one?
And the heat is on. So good.
And cut.
Next one is Men in Black, starring anyone other than what you were talking about.
I feel like you just have a thing for Will Smith. It's another Will Smith one, guys.
He's a great man. This movie is directed by Barry Sonnenfeld. Pat doesn't know who that is. I had to cut because I had a little bit of a rant. He directed, obviously, Men in Black and Men in Black 2, and then he directed Wild Wild West, as well as The Addams Family.
That's probably the one I care the most about.
I think the font is the same in Addams Family as it is in the 2 Men in Black movies, which is, I think so. Yeah, I think so. I love this movie because it's Will Smith at his best being family friendly, which is fantastic because I can watch this movie with my kids, and it is. And it holds up very well, and it's about a New York cop that gets recruited by a secret government agent to stop aliens from destroying the world. I mean, how much? Doesn't get any better than that. I mean, what? What's the problem?
Is that too far, or should we do it?
And the last one are probably our personal favorite. I know it's mine, Pat.
What's up there?
Yeah. The final one on the Buddy Cop top 10 list is The Other Guys. So good. Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
America.
I never put my foot all the way down before. If you guys have never seen this movie, which a lot of people didn't for some reason, was not super financially successful, which is unfortunate.
Really?
Nope.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
It made just about its money back, or maybe slightly under.
So I didn't get a sequel.
That's why we didn't get a sequel. But we got a sequel to Daddy's Home, which is, if you guys haven't seen this movie, it's directed by Adam McKay, which is, he's one of the writers. Huh?
Is it Dirty Dan?
I believe it is. I believe it's Dirty Mike. Dirty Mike. Dirty Mike and the boys. Dirty Mike and the boys. Thanks for the F check. Dirty Mike and the boys.
Yeah. There you go. You know what I was talking about.
Oh, I love this movie. I've seen this movie I don't know how many times. I actually, right before we filmed this, I actually just watched it, which is why it inspired me to make this list, actually, or inspired us to make this list. It was on Bravo, and I was literally watching it right before you came over. I love this. I love this movie so much, and it's Will Ferrell, Mark Wahlberg. Who knew Mark Wahlberg would be so funny?
He's playing straight-laced normal.
Yeah, he's great. Michael Keaton is amazing in this movie too. If you guys have not seen this, you have to see it. It's so good. Just every bit of this movie is great. We got to save some of it
I
though.
have a fever. The only prescription is more Michael Keaton.
We got to save some of this though. You got to see it. But before you watch it, you got to stay tuned. Yeah. So stay tuned for the next video that we do. Is actually going to be a review for the movie The Other Guys. So just stay tuned and watch that. It's coming out. Should be out next after this one. Matt, anything else you want to add? No. Okay. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching this top 10 list. We very much appreciate every single view that we get. If you have any movies, any of your favorite buddy cop movies that you want to comment down below, please do so. We'd love to see those. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. Click the bell icon to get those notifications every time we post a new video. And thank you so much for watching. Be kind, subscribe, and we will see you next time. Okay, bye!